The journey back from Ankai was not the same. The path seemed shorter, the wind stiller, and the world quieter like it too was holding its breath. Alima held the ember stone tightly in her palm. It radiated gentle warmth, not burning, but living. She could feel its heartbeat sync with hers. It wasn't just a gift. It was a key. Beside her, Tonna walked in silence. Since they'd left the sanctuary, he had barely spoken a word. Alima noticed his brow furrowed in thought. "What's wrong?" she finally asked. Tonno hesitated. Back in the red path or something. Alima stopped walking. "What did you see?" He looked at her, his voice low. "I saw you turning into him, the flame." Alima froze. Tonno stepped closer. It was a vision. A warning. If the ember stone isn't used wisely, it could awaken fire inside you, fire you may not control. Alima stared at her hand. She had thought she was chosen to save the realm. But what if the cost was becoming like the very force she fought? "Every gift has a shadow," she whispered. Tonno nodded, but not every shadow wins. When they returned to the palace, the city was barely holding together. The sky was darker than before. The sun struggled to break through the smoky haze. Fires had erupted along the eastern hills, destroying 3 villages. And the people once hopeful now moved like ghosts. Alima met with King Seifu immediately. "They say he walks through the villages at night," the king said, his voice grim. "He touches nothing but everything burns after he's gone." Alima eyed the ember stone before him. "We found the sanctuary. We found a way. Me dangerous, unpredictable, unnecessary." He looked away. "So I became what they feared." Alima's heart ached. They feared what they didn't understand. She said, "I know that pain. You think words will save them." He growled. "You think your wisdom will?" The king stared at the glowing shard. "And what will it cost you?" "Maybe everything," she said honestly. Seifu nodded slowly. "Then I pray you find something worth keeping." That evening, Alima stood on the palace tower. She held the ember stone to her chest and looked toward the horizon. "Come to me," she whispered into the wind. "Come where it all began." She didn't have to wait long. By midnight, the fires rose in the distance, not wild or chaotic, but deliberate, forming a circle in the hills beyond the city. A summons. He had heard her. She rode out alone. Not even Tonno followed. The people watched in silence as their princess cloaked in deep blue. The ember stone around her neck rode toward the fire. It was near the old ruins of Gaim that she found him. The flame. He stood at the center of the burning field, taller than she remembered, wrapped in flickering heat. His face was no longer hidden. He looked a human, young, like someone who had once been gentle, but his eyes were hollow. "I thought you'd run," he said, voice like coal cracking. Alima stepped forward. "You knew I wouldn't." He nodded. "Because you're like me." "No," she said. "I'm what you were." That made him pause. Alima raised the ember stone. Its glow pushed back the smoke. "I saw the truth," she said. "You were a guardian once, a protector of wisdom. What happened to you?" The flame's eyes narrowed. "They forgot me." His voice trembled not with anger, but with sorrow. "I gave them fire to survive. I gave them light in the dark. And when they grew strong, they buried me. They called in 2 centuries of betrayal." "No," she said, stepping closer, "but memory will."